Well, guys, target focus training has entered the world of AI. I came across a video that was produced using a concept from my book, When Violence is the Answer, and it's completely AI generated. And it's a really interesting point. So I want to share it with you, and then I just want to talk a little bit about the concept that they're covering and why that's important. But again, the other thing that's really interesting is that you're going to see like the speaker at the end, that's a completely AI generated person. That person does not exist. You can tell by the voice, but it's really interesting to see where we're going with communication. As you can tell, this is me. This is real. I don't have that really smooth, great looking AI look. So you got to deal with me. But let's go ahead and look at the concept here. Again, this is from my book, When Violence is the Answer. Listen to the concept and then we'll talk about it after.
How does someone get into this situation? In his book, When Violence is the Answer, Tim Larkin explains that most people tend to see violence as a last resort and expect a gradual escalation in conflicts, starting from verbal disagreements and progressively intensifying up to physical confrontations. They may also operate under a sort of societal contract where there are rules and boundaries in how confrontations should proceed. In contrast, criminals often do not adhere to these societal norms. They might immediately resort to violence without the gradual escalation, exploiting the element of surprise and the victim's lack of preparation for such an immediate and intense response. In general, we are not prepared to deal with whoever doesn't play by our assumed rules. No one needs to be violent. In every violent confrontation, there are always bad and usually permanent consequences. These situations can always be avoided, and training is the only way to prepare you to recognize them and prevent them.
Hey, I gotta thank those guys for putting that together. But man, is that AI stuff creepy? The point they're making in there, it's really talking about disproportional response, and this is something that I try to warn people all the time. I've given you guys a concept of when I'm out in the world, I've told you guys multiple times that I operate with people that I don't know, that everybody around me that I interact with is 6 seconds away from a shooting spree. And how would I interact with them? Because I don't want to trigger a response unnecessarily, because we know nothing about these people. And the example that they used was a guy got in a road rage incident. You saw it. He gets out and he has an axe and he's menacingly sitting it. And then he's dealing with a guy who immediately goes right up to, he brings out, a little rifle. And he's ready to rock and roll, and he did not expect that response. That is what we're talking about, is this idea of a disproportionate response to the threat. You have an illusion that you and the other guy have the same moral code, you and the other guy have the same escalation responses, and it's a completely false premise, and it can absolutely get you in horrible trouble and get you killed. Why? Because you think everybody thinks like you, and they don't. Okay, there are people that truly take what you say at your word. And if you use tough words, they might just believe you. Oh, okay, this guy wants to, his idea of killing or his idea of being aggressive is, threatening. So, I'm just gonna shoot him. And that's about as much thought as true predators put into it. It's like, oh, this guy's, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. I'm going to shoot you. And the other guy in his mind's going, no, that's not what I meant. We're supposed to have this dance that we're doing, and it's supposed to work out a certain way. You know nothing about this person. You've never interacted with them before. You know nothing of their background. I've seen people make tragic mistakes like this. So the idea behind this concept that I cover in the book was really well done, and I appreciate the way they put it out. It was a good example that they used. It was very visual, and it was nice. It was nice to see that. For you, though, I need you to understand that when you're out and about in the world with people you've never met before, no matter what they look like, they might look harmless, they might look, but assume nothing. Your communication skills are absolutely critical. And as I told everybody, probably one of the best things you can do for your own self-protection is to really master understanding human nature. The more you understand human nature, the less you would make a mistake like that guy made. So again, guys, until next time, stay safe.